Located in the Baker Patillo Student Center on the third floor, the Center for Career and Professional Development's Director Brent McLemore gives his opinion on what the future of business attire may look like.
Business attire is something that is uh, sort of fluid. It really depends on what your business is. You have the option of being business professional, business casual, like those, and even those terms have different meanings depending on your field. For us, though, in CCPD, the Center for Career and Professional Development, and for most of the employers that we're engaging with, business attire, at least when it comes to first impressions, is business professional, business casual at a minimal. And what that means is business professional is that idea of your traditional idea of a suit, and business casual is maybe a blazer with a collared shirt and slacks or khakis maybe. But beyond that, though, like on the day-to-day, sort of in the office or wherever you end up working, that can look very different. So the heart of this question is about how business attire may be a little bit more casual now that we've had a pandemic and an increase in remote working, and also some additional relaxed standards as it relates to business, what you wear on the job. And so I don't know that changes drastically. I do know that for some fields it didn't change much at all, even through the pandemic. But certainly there are other fields where maybe you see folks starting to return to a more traditional idea of what it is to be dressed as a professional on the job. But again, it just depends on the field you go into as well. For us, we always talk about the importance of professional behavior and like who you are as a person, as an emerging professional, as a candidate for an opportunity, much more so than what you look like. Even though what you look like does have a role to play on the impression that you're making, especially that first impression, right? And so, will business attire change in the future so that the first impression you can be as casual as you want to be on that career fair visit or the interview? I don't think so. And I think it'll still be important that people present themselves, putting their best foot forward, so to speak. Our employers that come through our campus and our office, we evaluate our employers after all of our career fairs, and one of the questions we actually ask them is about professional dress and how important professional dress is to them, and to see students in professional dress at our events. And it continues to be very important for these employers, even if it's a very casual employer, or a setting where professional dress is not the daily for that particular field, or for that what would be that particular candidate's day in and day out sort of attire. So professional dress as a first impression, I think, will remain and maybe continue to see a return to a traditional idea of professional dress. But certainly, that's how it is. As far as how it is on the day-to-day, I don't think that we'll see anything drastically different anytime soon. In our office, we understand professional dress really differently than just what you would wear on one occasion, right? The importance of that first impression and the occasion of that first impression, we always encourage our students to err on the side of doing something that is more traditional in terms of professional dress and business attire. And that's because, again, our employers are telling us that remains something that is important to them. And that's about showing you're taking it serious, that you're stepping up to this opportunity in a mindset that says this isn't casual, this isn't every day, this is something special right now. This is an opportunity for me to showcase who I am as well and the value I bring to the table as a potential employee. And so you want to look the part as much as you can, right? It's also one of the reasons why we offer our career closet, because Not everybody is going to have those professional dress items in their closet. I know I did not as an undergrad, and so we don't want it to be a barrier, or an inconvenience. Like, oh, I have to go buy these now, or hey, I don't have the money to put towards something like this right now. Well, that's why we're hopeful that we can supply something here for you at no cost, right, through the career closet. And so we'll continue to try to expand our inventory there as well, so we can meet as many needs as possible. But I don't think business attire on the day-to-day sort of end of that question changes too much. I think folks are probably going to continue to be, depending on their field, maybe a little bit more casual than they were previously. I don't know that we see a huge return to professional dress, but at the same time, a lot of folks thought we weren't going to see a lot of companies push to get folks back in the office, but we do see that that's happening now as well, right? Like, not only was there lax on what you look like at work, but also where you can work. And now we see there is a trend where companies are saying, hey, you have to get back in office. Like you were remote, now you need to be hybrid. Or you were hybrid, but now we need you to be a little bit more here and less at home, right? And so you could see some of that happen with dress as well. But I think it'll depend on the occasion and the purpose of when you're meeting an employer or how you're representing that employer.
Reporting for the Pine Log, I'm Cynthia Martinez.